Quick announcement before we get started. Our landlord has decided to not renew the lease, so we're selling a bunch of manga and magic cards over on eBay. Link down below to help support my family and get us into a new place. Prices are reasonable, unless you want to be generous, of course. Or you could support me via Patreon. Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we continue to look at commanders being printed, or, in today's case, reprinted in Modern Horizons 3. Daily viewers of my channel will experience a bit of whiplash after yesterday's video. Today we're building a budget deck led by Breya Ethereum Shaper. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Breya Ethereum Shaper is a 4-mana 4/4 legendary human artifact creature. Whenever she enters the battlefield, we create 2 1/1 blue Thopter artifact creature tokens with flying. We may pay 2 mana and sacrifice 2 artifacts. If we do, we may either have Breya deal 3 damage to target player or planeswalker, give a creature -4/-4 until end of turn, or gain 5 life. So Breya wants artifacts and mana to sacrifice those artifacts. But I wanted this deck to stay under $100, which means we won't be running cards like Smothering Tithe or Dockside Extortionist. That being said, this is still a focused deck with lots of ways to win. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard is made famous by their boulders, solid, reliable, and affordable deck boxes. Boulders are now available in solid colors, like this beautiful green one seen here. Find it if your local game store carries the new Ultimate Guard solid color boulders, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm going to be streaming on Musings by Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about manga. Honestly, about half my streams are spent talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Arcane Sanctum, Crumbling Necropolis, Mystic Monastery, Nomad Outpost, Glacial Fortress, Drowned Catacomb, Dragon Skull Summit, Isolated Chapel, Sulphur Falls, Clifftop Retreat, Razortide Bridge, Mistfall Bridge, Drossforge Bridge, Goldmire Bridge, Silverbluff Bridge, Rustvale Bridge, Bajuka Bog, 4 Plains, 5 Islands, 4 swamps, and 5 mountains make up the land base for our deck. Sol Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Progress, Talisman of Dominance, Talisman of Indulgence, Talisman of Hierarchy, Talisman of Creativity, Talisman of Conviction, Azorius Signet, Dimir Signet, Rakdos Signet, Orzhov Signet, Izzet Signet, and Boros Signet help us to ramp out and stay ahead of the curve. Deadly Dispute, Big Score, Unexpected Windfall, Seize the Spoils, Pirate's Pillage, Treasure Map, Inspired Tinkering, Decadent Dragon, Officious Interrogation, Phyrexian Arena, Windfall, Pirate's Prize, Reign of Riches, and Tezzeret Artifice Master help us to dig through our deck and keep our hands full. Shiny Impetus, Plundering Barbarian, Minimus Containment, Negate, Swords to Plowshares, Hell to Pay, Spell Swindle, Dispatch, Counterspell, Path to Exile, Void Rend, Generous Gift, and Fracture help us to keep our opponents in line. Blood Money, Blasphemous Act, and Organic Extinction allow us to reset the board as needed. Diata, Binder of Wills, Tivit, Seller of Secrets, Life Insurance, Prosperous Partnership, Zorn, Revel in Riches, Mirkwood Bats, Storm the Vault, Marionette Master, Marionette Apprentice, Reckless Fireweaver, Time Scythe, Disciple of the Vault, Another Round, Mechanized Production, Agent of the Iron Throne, Efficient Construction, and Saheeli Sublime Artificer make up the core of our deck, and how we plan on winning. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 51 mana sources, split between 37 lanes and 14 pieces of ramp. And that doesn't count all our treasure generators. 14 pieces of card advantage, 13 pieces of interaction, 3 board wipes, 1 piece of graveyard hate in Bajuka Bog, 1 sudden I win card in Marionette Master. When Marionette Master enters the battlefield, we can either make 3 1/1 servo tokens, or put 3 +1/+1 counters on her. I recommend putting the counters on her due to her second ability. Whenever an artifact we control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, target opponent loses life equal to Marionette Master's power. In other words, if we activate Breya's ability by paying 2 from treasure tokens, and then sacrificing 2 more tokens, that's 4 artifacts that just went to the graveyard, which means we can dome an opponent for 19 damage. 3 from Breya, and 4 more from each of the 4 triggers from Marionette Master. Of course, we've also got cards like Disciple of the Vault, Marionette Apprentice, and Reckless Fireweaver to help deal extra damage. We could also win the game with either a Mechanized Production or Revel in Riches, but both of those only trigger on our upkeep. Good thing we've got a Time Scythe in the deck as well. I know we could make the deck more powerful with better lands and more powerful interaction, but there's a reason shocks and fetches are $15 to $20 each, while bridges are 30 cents each. If you want the best, you gotta pay for it. Are you building a Breya Ethereum Shaper deck? What theme are you building your deck around? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Damon. You can have a video made, or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Dariah, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Roxy, Sean, Mark, Borgie, Nazwin, Midge, Alex, Alex, Conga, Aaron, Chris, Robert, Michael, Skinwalker, Sidewinder, Austin, William, Dan, Pye, Did Segway, Turner, and Triz. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Damon.